In this video, I'm going to be building the best value team right now in NBA 2K23 Myteam, and what I do mean by best value for a card is, for example, a card like Galaxy Opal Marc Gasol is only about 50,000 MT compared to a card like Dark Matter Shaq, who's about 300,000, and I would say Marc Gasol is a decent amount better than a card like Shaq, so therefore, he's going to be extremely good value compared to Dark Matter Shaq. So this team is just going to be full of cards like that have extremely good value, and I think this video should be helpful for you guys. You guys can let me know if you do like this type of video idea where you guys can just see what is the best value team currently in my team. So at the starting point guard position, we do have the Galaxy Opal Turkoglu. I think he's a great value point guard in the game, whether it's his hero version or whether it's his out of position. His out of position is about 30,000 MT, 25 to 30k, and then I think his hero is around 75 to 80k. So he's going to be a 6'10" point guard with a 6'11" wingspan, and the card's got such a good jump shot with the John Stockton base and the Trae Young upper on very quick timing. He's also got the Kyle Lowry size up. He's got the Steph Curry escape, which means he can move at a very high level, knock down threes, and play solid defense because he is 6'10" at that point guard position. But next to Turkoglu is going to be another great offensive value card in the game, and that is the Galaxy Opal Ricky Davis, who is one of the better offensive, shooting guards in my team, and probably the best value shooting guard currently in the game, being 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan. He does go for around, I would say, 60 to 70k, and he's got a great jump shot with the Seth Curry base, the Oscar Robertson upper on very quick timing, and then he also has some solid dribble sig, so he can be your main source of offense, on the starting lineup next to Turkoglu. I think in the backcourt you're gonna have some great offense, but I think for this type of squad you do need a little bit more defense, and that's why at the starting small forward position we will be going with the Galaxy Opal AK-47 to provide us with that lockdown defense, great size, and even AK can still score the ball and be a threat on the offensive end. But we got Turkoglu, we got Ricky Davis. I think we have enough offense. We just need that defender in an AK-47, 94 interior defense, 98 perimeter, 97 steal, 97 block, has tons and tons of good Hall of Fame defensive badges. He's 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan at the small forward position, and then also offensively, he's not that bad. Like he's got great dribble six, he's got the Trae fade, he's got the O'Shea base, he's on very quick timing, like he's got good tendencies. Like all around is just a beast at the small forward position for about 70 to 80,000 MT. And then at the starting power forward position is going to be our only expensive card on the team, and that's going to be the Pink Diamond Taco Fall. And you guys might be wondering, how is Taco Fall on the best value team in the game when he's around 250 to 300k? The reason why Taco Fall is on this squad and the reason why he's one of the better value cards in the game is because if you're playing unlimited, you're most likely going to match up against another Taco Fall, a Bol, a Big Z, a Yao Ming, a Kristaps, a Dikembe, a Jokic, all these tall cards, Kevin Garnett, Tim Thomas. You're most likely going to match all these super tall teams in the game, so you need to have a giant on your squad. Because, for example, if you went with a card like Dino Raja, right? Dino's a very solid value card in the game, and he's a decent power forward, but now you're going to be so undersized, with Marc Gasol, who's going to be our starting center. And Marc Gasol, yes, is a very good defender. He's 7'1", great wingspan, great height, and great player model, but you're going to be undersized. Like if you match a Taco, a Yao Ming, a Big Z, if you match two of those cards, it's going to be impossible to get paint stops and just stops in general. That's why Taco Fall is super valuable at that power forward position, because now if you match up against a Taco Fall and a Kristaps in the front court, you could put Marc Gasol and Kristaps, that's perfectly fine, and then you could put Taco Fall on Yao Ming, and that's perfectly fine as well. And then if you verse a Jokic, you got a Turkoglu. If you verse a KG or a tall small forward, you got a card like AK-47. But Taco, if you were to get rid of him, changes the whole direction of the squad and just makes you so much more vulnerable to get dominated by a card like a Yao Ming, a Taco, a Big Z. So that's why, even though he's 250k, he's going to be super valuable to have on your guys' squads, just because he's 7'6" at the power forward position, 8'2" wingspan, and he can guard those giants. He can match on the offensive end, and all around is still one of the best cards currently in the game. And then, like I mentioned, Marc Gasol is going to be our starting center. I think he's debatably a top 5 center in the game, which is extremely good value for a card that only goes for 50k, and he can also play power forward as well. So if you wanted to mix pressure on the lineup, you could also run him at the backup 4, or just, he can also play power forward, which is super nice as well. For the backup point guard position, I think it was really between a couple different point guards. For me personally, I think it's going to be the Opal Kevin Porter Jr., just because of his offense and how good of a scorer he is. For only about 20,000 MT, you get a card that can score the ball at an extremely high level, being a 6'6" point guard, 6'9" wingspan. The stats and the badges are cool, but that's nothing really crazy comparing to KPJ's jump shot. This release is super quick and also so easy to time. Like, it's one of my new favorite jump shots in the game. I feel like I can agree with it super consistently, whether it's in the catch and shoot, off the dribble, contested, fading, from half court, it doesn't matter. This card can green at such a high level, and offensively is going to be an extremely good backup point guard for about 20,000 MT. And then I feel like the perfect backup shooting guard to pair alongside Kevin Porter Jr. is going to be Shane Battier, because he's only around 10,000 MT, which is extremely good value, because this card is so much better than only 10,000 MT worth, of value, because he's such a good defender at the shooting guard spot. 6'8" with a 6'10" wingspan, amazing defensive stats and badges. He's got great defensive tendencies like 97 on-ball steal, 97 contest shot, 97 block shot, and then even offensively, he can still score the ball when he needs to with a Garland size up, the Steph Curry escape. He's got a pretty decent jump shot. He's got all around great stats and badges, great animations. He's got good size, good tendencies. Like, for only 10,000 MT, he's one of the best value cards in the game for how much MT he does go for. And then at the backup small forward position, I just wanted a really well-rounded small forward, and that is going to be the Galaxy Opal Kyle Kuzma. Once again, just like Hito Turkoglu, if you want to go for his hero version, that's around 50 to 60k, or if you want to go for his elemental one, that's about 20 to 25k. I really don't think there's too big of a difference between the cards, but Kuzma's such a good small forward, 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan, and I feel like especially on this hero version, he's really not that much worse than AK-47, because his jump shot, if you can time it, which I feel like a lot of people can, is such a good release with the Kyle Kuzma base and the Kyle Kuzma upper on very quick timing. And then he's also got the Kyle Lowry size up, he's got the tray escape, so his movement's going to be super good, and I think he's the perfect backup small forward to pair alongside Shane Battier and Kevin Porter Jr. For the backup four, though, I think we need a little bit more size and defense, and that's exactly where Pink Diamond Mo Bamba comes into play. He's going to be such an elite defender at the power forward position. He might not be the greatest on the offensive end, but we already got KPJ, we got Kyle Kuzma. Those are going to be our main two scorers, and Mo Bamba is just going to be a 7-foot power forward, 7'10" wingspan, has an amazing player model in game, tons of good defensive stats and badges with a 96 block, 90 steal, 88 perimeter, 95 interior defense. He's got tons of good Hall of Fame defensive badges, and then also a capable jump shot that I feel like you can knock down threes fairly consistently. And then for the backup center position, to round off the best value team in the game, or the 10-man, because I will have some other cards in the last three spot, is going to be the Pink Diamond Peter Gudmundsson. He's just an absolute beast at the center position, very comparable to a card like Mo Bamba. I think they're both great at center. Peter's a little bit taller though, that's why he's going to be at the 5, because he's 7'2" with a 7'10" wingspan, and even a better player model than Mo Bamba. Great defender, 90 block, 90 interior defense, good Hall of Fame defensive badges like anchor, box out beast, brick wall, post lockdown. He just does need a lot of badges added to the card, but besides that, he's got a great jump shot, super easy to green. He's super athletic, he can run the floor, guard those giants in the game, and all around for about 40,000 MT is going to be an extremely good value card, especially at the center position. And then for the last three spots, just going to throw out some names. Like, I think cards like Ousmane Dieng, he's a great point guard that you can maybe run over KPJ if you wanted to, for a little bit more height and defense. If you wanted a great small forward or power forward with a little bit more, mobility than a Mo Bamba, I think Jonathan Bender is a great option as well. He's going to be 7 foot at the 3, great jump shot, good movement, and he's 7 foot as a small forward, so that's going to provide you with some more height. And then also Mike Miller, I think if you're looking for a little bit more offense off the bench, so for example, if you wanted to do something like this, because let's say you don't like Kevin Porter Jr. or you don't like Shane Battier, I think you could do something like Ousmane Dieng and Mike Miller, because now you still got that great defense with Ousmane Dieng, 6'10" at the point guard position, and then Mike Miller does give you some more offense, because you want to mainly have 2 ball handlers on each line, so you can be scoring the ball at the most efficiently. But for me personally, I would go Kevin Porter Jr. and Shane Battier in the backcourt off the bench, with Ousmane Dieng, Jonathan Bender, and Mike Miller in the last 3 spots to round off the best value team in the game. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and it did help you guys out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.